At 5, it's offer review, and boy, Reddit was on fire. When is it not on fire? But specifically, people, rightfully so, were extremely upset about the premium orb being removed from the daily web milestone rewards. Now, I want to say this. There was the top 4 posts on Reddit were of this variety, and I just want to say I feel like this is excellent. I feel like the developers look at Reddit, and I feel like when they can see that there is a general consensus and you got 4 or 5 posts in a row talking about farmability crisis, you say, how does one less premium orb a day? I believe it makes a difference. So what I'm trying to say is I'm pro-complaining, and the reason for that is that you know who doesn't complain? People that quit the game. People that quit the game don't complain. People that are complaining are engaged. People that complain love the game. People that complain want the game to be better. So that's why I think this is an important vehicle. And the developers have said that they appreciate feedback on Reddit and that they welcome it and they want it. They've been very consistent in saying that. So that being said, Premium Orb is back. So it's changed back. And I hope that this is a permanent and I personally believe it has to do with Reddit. And if you were one of those posts on Reddit, thank you for making that going the other way. I know I brought it up. It was brought up inside of Envoy chat and so on, but it looks like it's back. Now, here's a new take on this. So this is it's in a different part. It's on the very bottom of the web store. So like if you're on the web store, I've already collected it for today, but it's literally on the very bottom of the web store, which might be a little bit inconvenient on your phone. And then what happens, at least, and some people are saying that it didn't work for them, but this is what happened for me on Chrome. So on a computer, I collected this and then immediately I got a pop-up, and the pop-up was for $3, $3 for a mega orb, which depending on who you talk to, it's worth $1. That's worth $5. Let's just say it's worth $1. A good chunk of training materials, 50 training materials is a healthy amount. A couple dollars right there, maybe almost $3 right there. And then this right here is worth 300 power cores worth of campaign energy refreshes. So basically you have to look at this as this is basically a currency that's the equivalent of power cores that only can be used for campaign refreshes. This is a great deal for $3. So some people had some difficulty in finding this on their phones. I don't know. Maybe it's at the very bottom. Also, by purchasing this for $3, which was on the web store, I also get what? I get some a gold orb and some Armory 14s. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but basically I get the first 2 milestones. So this was an excellent $3 deal. More importantly than that is I believe that the premium orb is back, and the premium orb being back is a big deal. Because here's the thing about the premium orbs. Premium orbs insanely helps people catch up. Veteran players that have every character unlocked, they may or may not care that much or don't place a high value in premium orbs. But for a lot of people, this was like one of the best mechanics out there, getting 1 premium orb a day on catching up. Absolutely. So I feel like this is a tremendous step in the right direction, and I have to applaud Reddit. Now, recent premium orb fiasco aside, where are my Dazzler rewards? I got my Dazzler rewards. If you did not get your Dazzler rewards, please contact customer support. There was an issue that was not addressed, and the addressed was there was an offer that you could buy, which would cause like a glitch in the system. If you bought the $5 offer, you got all of the prior month's Dazzler rewards. Well, they removed those people that did that, and they said that they would give them rewards. Some people said they did get them. Some people they said they didn't get them, but I did get mine. But what they did not do, which maybe what this post is about, is they didn't make that $5 offer available to people that did not cap out the Dazzler milestones for that month, which was kind of because it was only glitched out for maybe like an hour total. Maybe that's what they're talking about. But if you were one of the people like myself that was removed from the leaderboard and sent that nasty message about cheating, that was all remedied and rectified through an in-game compensation mail that said compensation bonus, something like that. And if you didn't get that and you're in that group of people, contact customer support. Then also, Marvel MSF.gg was not showing this information. I believe it's still not currently showing this information for Deathlock. This is the assist, what they call the safety. It's the assist, counterattack, ISO, striker attack. It's the second attack mechanic. And it is currently showing for Vision, and for Hulkbuster. But for Deathlock, we were wondering how it was going to play out. And now I am currently considering Raider on Deathlock, Raider on Vision, and Striker on Hulkbuster, because we weren't sure how these are going to play out. But I want to read this Hulkbuster one because it looks pretty good. And this is actually showing up on MSF.gg. It says attack. So this is the assist counter information. And I wish this would come out in patch notes. I wish this information was available in game. I wish this information was available like in blog posts in advance. I mean, why does it have to be like hidden on MSF.gg after the patch comes out? Attack primary target for damage plus 17% piercing. In raids, bury yourself and all allies by 5%. This character's max health. If this character has 25% more barrier, gain defense up for 2 turns. And then if this character has 50% or more barrier, gain 2 deflect. And there's a question on how he's going to get more than 50% barrier. But I bet you that's a mechanic on Red Hulk that we don't know about yet, would be my guess. But we'll have to wait and see. Also, a bunch of information on Twitter. And we're going to talk about some of this. We're specifically going to talk about this fourth horseman. What does this mean? There have been reports today that some players haven't received rewards for the most recent Cosmic Crucible. Dev team is currently investigating these reports and will keep you posted. There's a visual-only issue in Cosmic Crucible where some players do not appear on the seasonal leaderboard. Do not be alarmed. We will show correctly at the end of Cosmic Crucible taking place next week. Also, a reminder, players must participate in at least one Cosmic Crucible battle to receive rewards. Have fun earning rewards in the new league feature. Now, they put out this excellent infographic where, because it's pretty complicated getting all the way up to Apocalypse. If we look at, the Node 5, you know what I mean, right here to get Morgan Le Fay, Web Warriors, or Dark Hunters, then you're going to need the Darkhold team right there. And then you have to get through the Pestilence saga. So, right, well, that's like, it's almost like 80 characters to get to Apocalypse when we get there. Now, we do have Red Hulk and the requirements on that, which is going to be Heroes, Guardians, Ravagers, Wave 1 Avengers, and then we know about the Bionic Avenger. Now, it has a big question mark here. A lot of people thought this was like a clear indication for Archangel. I don't know if that's going to be true or not, but I do want to point out that this is the placeholder adaptoid, if you will. Whatever it is. This is like just a placeholder that they use everywhere in game. So I don't know that that means anything. Now, the rumors have been that the fourth horseman is going to be Archangel, and the rumors are just rumors. So they may or may not come true. But I want to say that the rumors have been very accurate of late. Fairly accurate. So I want to say that that's a possibility. They did say some things, though, inside one of their videos. Like, this was a video that came out on March 17. It says, we did our best to make sure these horsemen are ones you haven't seen before in any of the Apocalypse runs. Well, I don't know how to interpret that. So we'll have to see what actually happens. But like I said, it has not been announced. Also, I just want to go over the Cosmic Crucible data. And there's some concern on the math on how it works. And you're welcome to screenshot this right here between Masters and Diamond, because there are reports of people in Diamond that are, at 1939 and as low as 1610. So it looks like Scopely changed the formula. We're not able to sort this out, but we are monitoring and I have more information. Now, the one thing that is alarming is how stingy they are being on the blue T4 ISOs. It's super stingy. Like, if you're lucky enough to be in Masters, it's still a 9-week turnaround to get one character. Diamond, what is that, 19 weeks? Platinum, 56 weeks. And someone made a excellent point, and I have to agree with this point. It says, they said they're not worried about the bottlenecks on Gear Tier 17 and Blue ISO 4 and Blue ISO 5. they're worried about the orange bottlenecks, and why can't they lessen up on that? And I feel like it's time to do that. I know we recently got some relief on T3s in this last patch on the raids. Like the new raids give out 240 T3s, what I'm seeing. So that's a big deal. But I really feel like we need some relief on orange before anything else. Also, on a side note, kind of not related to Marvel Strike Force, but as you know, I was playing DC Worlds Collide, and that game is going dark before it goes launch. This is Dear Summoner. We're sorry to let you know that DC Worlds Collide will officially close as of 9/28/2022. I know a lot of people were waiting for that game to come out. It is not going to go out. And I have some theories on why that is happening. I feel like there's a lot of reasons why games go into soft launch and it's only locked to certain regions. One of the obvious reasons, like everybody kind of is like, oh, they're just working on it. They're trying to get the game polished. But one of the reasons is for marketing reasons and to determine a marketing budget for when the game goes global. When a game, the cost to develop a game are relatively low compared to the total marketing costs. Like let's say a game costs $10 million to make. Well, they may spend 3 or 4 times that in marketing costs when it goes global. And what they're trying to find out is if it costs X amount of dollars to acquire a user, how much is that average user going to pay over the lifetime of being a game? And if that number is underwater, then there's no point in going global. So I believe they determined that number in soft launch with the South Korea market, and they probably determined it was not worthwhile going global because the marketing costs would have drastically been higher than the amount that they would have got, to get a user and how much that user would have gotten back in revenue. That's basically one of the things that happens. So it comes down to money. So unfortunately, that's my guess on what happens. And I've talked to somebody inside the industry and they felt that my take was accurate on that. So, but it could be other forces. No way of truly knowing. They just said the game is going, not coming out. So anyways, let's get to offer review and let's take a look at what we got. Party in Paradise Super Ketchup. Not a fan of this. This right here has got the party animal orbs. Those will average about 5 Valkyrie per orb. So right there, you'll get 11 of them. Then you get some of the 400 of this is that event campaign energy. You got some blitz currency. You got some training orbs. Those right there, you got 5 of them. That's worth about $7.50. Then you've got 3 gold orbs. That's worth about $3. Anyways, it just seems a little pricey for me. If this was the normal Valkyrie orbs, maybe I'd get excited about it, but it is not. It's those event campaign orbs, which there's other characters in there. If you like the Valkyrie, the party animal orb, then go for it. It's not of interest to me. Pick your deal. We've talked about this. Symbiotes are kind of out of favor compared to Web Warriors. Armory 16 orbs. So we've got $15 for 15 orbs. I have purchased offers like this in the past. There's some others offers down further that are worth considering for Armory 16, 15, 14, 15, 16 is the ones that have like the pyramid. And we're going to look at those, and those might be a better deal worth considering for now. And then right here, Daily Party Pack, $5 plus 100 energy. Boy, that's also going to be the Party Animal Orb. What the Party Animal Orb is, it has Valkyrie on the sides and then a 14% chance of Valkyrie in the middle. And they average about 5, I don't know the exact number, but about 5 shards per orb. I can't remember if it was like 5.4 or something like that. But anyways, it's around 5. And I just don't value those orbs at $5. So anyways, there we go. We've got a kind of a party blitz bundle. I don't know. I just don't purchase this currency. I don't feel that this currency is worth purchasing. So do what you got to do. And then right here, Summoner Mighty Mega Bundle. My goodness. So couple things. This is kind of a Kraken snack. They've tried selling Elite 6s in the past for $75. So that is like the anchor pricing. So what they're doing here is they're giving away a lot of other things. This is for the Summer of Thunder, Mighty Thor month-long event. Maybe that'll help you get through the last couple milestones. We've got silver promotion credits, 75 of them. That has some value. We've got 1,500 energy. That's worth at least $7 or so. That'll help you move towards getting to level 90 quicker. And then this is something that I don't know how to place a value on, but it does have value. That's costume credits. So like right now, they have that new Captain America Sam Wilson costume. Maybe you could, use those costume credits to get him. But anyways, this is a Kraken snack, in my opinion. It's hard for me to say what I think an Elite 6 is worth, but it's not worth $75 to me. And a lot of these other things are definitely nice, considering they've had offers in the past where it was just straight $75 for an Elite 6. Let's move on. The Deathlock offer, we bought that yesterday to get him unlocked. Looks like he's going to be fun. We've got Lady Deathstrike, 50 character shards for $15, and a Mega Orb. Mega Orbs are worth $1 to some people, depending on whether or not you get Ultimus food most of the time. Depends on, veteran players definitely don't like Mega Orbs as much as newer players. Newer players may value them as high as $5. But Lady Deathstrike is currently farmable. For me, I could buy this and it would take her to 7 stars, but I'm just going to let her get there naturally, organically. I'm going to hard node farm her. And when she gets to 7 stars, she gets to 7 stars. And the reason for that, for me, and on my decisions, is that I find 6-star characters generally to be relatively effective. Of course, they're better at 7 stars, but the cost to get them from 6 to 7 stars in shards, needing like 300 shards to go from 6 to 7 is just overwhelming. And I'm just generally pretty content getting a character to 6 stars, and I just let them get to 7 when they get to 7. All right, let's move on. Endless Energy Bundle. So this was an offer that they had during the time when they had the Victory Blueprint, and that was a good deal because it would help you get all of those valuable ISO T4s. And so, because this counted towards it, I think it almost counted for 90,000 points between this and this over here. And I think that during those situations, this offer makes a lot more sense. Now, I suppose this is a good deal for you if you're desperate or if you're pushing to get to level 90 as quickly as possible. My suggestion is to purchase this as close to your account reset as possible if you're going to buy this, because I think it'll be challenging to spend all of this energy without refreshing and using power cores quite a bit. So if you do it close to your account reset. For me, it happens like 1 in the morning, and maybe buy this and then blow through as many campaign nodes as possible, and then have the account reset and then blow through much. But this is Kraken snack. I'm not going to be doing it. I just $100 offers, man. Just like they got to do a lot. All right, SBCs, no thank you. Generally, what happened? Did I? No, I do not want to buy that. All right, no thank you. I don't want to buy it. All right, thank goodness there's a confirmation on that. Failure. Yes, I know. I didn't because I didn't want to buy it. My fingers. How dare they get on the wrong part of the screen? Oh my goodness, my mouse. All right, gear not so great. I feel like this is a C-D+ offer if you are needing training materials and you have an excessive amount of gold. It does feel like that they're making training materials a little bit more available through various events and things like that. I feel like some players had an extreme deficit of gold to training material ratio was off. Although if you look at the new 17 uniques that cost like 300,000 for 2 pieces in the supply store, rip gold. Oh my God, my gold is going to disappear, man. As soon as I see those, you have to kind of start buying them now. My goodness, that's where. See, then that helps your ratio of gold to training materials. If you waste all your gold on gear inside of the supply store, what do you need training materials if you just buy gear all day long? Oh my goodness. I feel that's the reason why my ratio got out of whack, is that I was unwilling to spend large amounts of gold, where I rather upgrade characters than buy gear. But that's like one of the only 2 places you can get that right now, or farm it anyways. I don't even know if you really call that farming. Mini unique bundle, no thank you, no thank you. It's trash. All of this is trash. Let's just keep scrolling. None of this is interesting. Hopefully Cersei and Icarus will be farmable sooner than later. I suspect they're going to hold on to them for as long as possible. 50 character shards for $30 is nothing special, but they are very good characters. Believe me, they're very good. And then we've got the exclusive gold offer. Not so much a fan of this one right here, because you get 2 million gold and 16,000 fragments, or 8 what is that, 8 gold orbs for $25, where right here you've got half as much gold and half as many orbs, but it costs much less than half, $10. So I'm more a fan of this offer if you're looking for gold. And then this is the respective training material offer, which I also like, 5 training material orbs and 50 level 4 training materials for $10 if you're a spender. Not so much a fan of the ability orbs, and I got to say that these offers here will mirror the rogue orbs, the rogue offers. So we're going to pass over those when we get there. But basically, you can spend $20, and that'll give you a, about, well, some of them cost less than 200, some of them cost more than 200, but on average, they cost about 200 to upgrade a T4, around the 200 area. So you're spending $20 each. My goodness. And then I believe that this is going to be something that people won't need to purchase anymore. Plus, there are better offers. There's a $5 Legacy 2 Orb bundle that gives more than 240, gives like 350 up, sometimes 400. So that's not a great deal. And then we've got gear offers. I'm just not a fan of buying gear. I think gear is kind of a waste. And then what we really need is ions rather than ISO. Same situation there. This is the green ISOs to make them war ready for Deathlock. They have sold these in the past for $20, so $15 is $5 lower than normal, but I'm not a fan of it. All right, let's just move on. What I think most people are looking for is catalysts. Orange catalyst seems to be the problem that I have constantly, whether it's health, damage, focus. Seems like I can't get enough of it. And I'm sure once I burn through all those SBCs that I got out of that offer, I'll have a problem with SBCs. Orange Gear Crisis is still here. And we're already moving on to Gear Tier 17. Elite 4-star Orb offer. This is anchor pricing, $20 for an Elite 4. I believe it should be worth about $10. And then there is the anchor pricing on Elite 5. And then again, anchor pricing on Elite 6 is $75. They usually throw in something extra. So these are just like the standard offers, I suppose, to make that Elite 6 offer for $75 look better. Pestilence Orb Intro Bundle. Okay, so there's a lot of good characters in this, and I would suggest opening up this orb and looking at the contents. It does have Madeline Pryor on the sides, and I think the main reason to buy this is for Morgan Le Fay shards, and this will average 3.5 shards, Morgan Le Fay shards per orb. So do what you got to do. Someone asked me, are they going to have a famine orb? Well, at some point, sure. I would bet money that they're going to have a rogue type orb, a famine orb in the future. It just seems like something they're going to do. They're monetizing the horsemen. You can actually buy them with money, and it can get pretty pricey because right there, you get the tease, the hit right there, 1 orb for $3, and then you can buy 3 more for $5, and then look at this, the price just gets, it just starts ramping up, right? And then you can buy 5 of them for $30. My goodness. And then we've got the Rogue Gold offers, which I like. The Rogue Training Material, I like. Don't like that. Actually, this is a little bit different. This is a better deal than the Deathlock. The Deathlock was $20 for 200, where this is $10 for 125. So if you're in the market for T4 training materials, this is a better offer than the Deathlock one. That's the same price there. All of this is the same. Not much of a fan of any of these gear. We're just going to scroll past all of these rogue offers. And look at that. We've got 3 sets of rogue offers. Wow. I don't understand how Scopely can do this. I just scrolled past an offer for $10 for 125. And now we've got one here for $10 for 100. I don't know. It is what it is. If you're in the market for it, buy the one that gives more, right? Obviously. All right. And just so many extra offers. I feel like that's an oversight. And then right here, Party in Paradise booster pack. So I guess if you get stuck where you have an uneven amount and you want to spend $1, to get to that 2,000, I'm not going to be doing that. Friendly Neighborhood clone offers. So this is for Web Warriors. So the Morgan Le Fay second round of the Scourge event is running, which is Dark Hunters and Web Warriors. Web Warriors were definitely the superstar. Plus, they are an amazing raid team. So they're definitely trying to stretch this out as far as possible. Scarlet Spider is kind of like the one that they're holding on to the most. Like, they do that on every team. They make one character less available than others, like Agatha inside of the Darkhold. They just, where is she, right? They're probably going to make her unavailable. They did the same thing with Moondragon inside of Infinity Watch and Call. You know, so they do that on every team. They usually make one character less available than others. All right, we're going to keep going. All right, so this is what I was talking about. These you know, I guess these are for Apocalypse. The pyramid offers are better than the normal offers that they've had. Just this week, they basically had a $5 offer for 24,000 fragments, which is 12 orbs. So this is $5 for 15 orbs. So that's a better way of doing it if you're looking for Armory 14s. I think that's okay. Used to say I think these are worth about 50 cents a piece. So you're getting, you know, 15 of them there for $5. Same thing right here, Armory 15s. So if you're looking for Armory 15s, I'm not going to be purchasing this, but that is a better deal than they normally would offer. And then again, like I said at the beginning of the video, there was at the very, very beginning of the video, there was an offer for $15 for the same amount. So this is $10. So this is $5 left than the first offer that we talked about in offer review. So that's a better way to go. All right. And then we've got some green ISOs, more green ISOs. And then this is that super valuable currency, blue level 4 ISOs, ions rather, 715,000 of them to take a character from blue 3 to blue 4. And that gives you a 12% stat boost on everything but damage. Only 2% on damage, 12% on the other 4, which would be armor, health, focus, and resistance. All right, let's move on. This is just, they are literally monetizing this to no end. It's super pricey right now. I'm not interested in playing that game with them. You know, like, how much is that worth? You know, well, they're charging $150, you know, at times to get a full upgrade from 3 to 4. That's just a lot of money. All right, let's move on. I think we're in the trash area of offers. That's not great. They have better deals. They have a $5 deal with, I believe, 100,000 fragments, and that would be a good source of T3s, but that's not the offer that I like. Nope. All right, trash. All of it's trash. I think we're in the trash area of offers. These are just like the standard offers that are here every day. Not so much a fan of these. And then we've got the coveted and valuable 1 core offer. Be sure to get that. Worth breaking your fingers to get all the way down there and pick that up. Let's toggle over to the free-to-play account. We've got a couple offers there worth considering. We're going to go through them quickly. Limited time sale. This right here is for the OG Asgardian team. So, which has kind of been split up. And Hero Asgardians, of course, these 3 here got minor reworks. And now they're being paired up with Valkyrie and Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. Both Loki and Hela still get play today in other teams. Loki's passive synergizes very well with the Circes and the Eternals. And then Hela probably has seen better days. Yes, she's used, but her Greg and her Undead Asgardian makes her pretty useful. This team here also will help you unlock Black Bolt. And then Black Bolt will help you unlock Ebony Maw. So this is kind of an older team, bulk shards. Boy, I remember back in the day, I think Hela was the first character I ever bought. I remember buying her $30 for 50 character shards. And so now it's kind of nice to see, you know, 180 times 5 for $50, but still relatively useful. Let's scroll through here and we'll see what we've got. Deathlock, Lady Deathstrike, we talked about that. I believe we've had some Young Avengers and Web Warriors. There we go. Young Avengers will help you get ready for the next Rogue Scourge event. 75 character shards, a Squirrel Girl plus a training orb for $10 seems reasonable enough for me. Then we've got Eternals there. We've talked about those 2. We're going to skip through all of the duplicates and look for the unique ones. Guardians Raid Team. This is a tough sell right here. I don't really know. They're definitely not used in raids. $25. The only thing I can say about this is that Gamora, is paired up with Nebula, and they kind of work amazing together. I think new player, focusing on Nebula and Gamora together is a good way to start. But this is, I don't know. I don't use Rocket. I don't use Groot. There's that one monthly thing I'd use a little bit on Groot, but Mantis is on the bench. Drax, technically I use Red Guardian for a pre-taunting tank, a lot more than him. But anyways, that's a tough sell. 50 character shards for $10. I don't know. What do they got? Blitz events. Shadowcat offer Kitty Pride $10 for 50 character shards. Still used with what are the Astonishing X-Men raid team, still very good. I'm wondering if they're going to get replaced in the future with a mutant raid team with the Fourth Horseman. We will have to see. That's kind of too far. Plus, it's all speculation. We just don't know. Hand team. I don't know. What do you do with this? I guess there's that one Relic Hunt event. Oh, man. This is the worst team in the game, I think, right now. I think that Kree has benefits and Ravager's got rework. I think this is the last team that probably needs a rework of some kind. These are not good. Now, two of them, I guess, you could use for their Villain Mystic controllers, so you could use to help unlock Phoenix. But boy, this is just not a great team. I guess if you want to use it on the Relic Hunt event, that is fine. All right, and then let's keep going. But yeah, the team itself. Oh, there we got Heimdall, 75 character shards for $10. I think that's great if you're trying to work on your Heroes Guardians. What I'm looking for, Spider-Punk right there, $20 for 50 character shards. So I guess if you're trying to get them up and running for the Morgan Le Fay event that's running currently, the Scourge event is running right now. And then lastly, what do we got? I think we've got two more offers, which I think are fantastic. We got Miles, 180 character shards for $10 and a Mega Orb. Cool thing about Miles is he is a Young Avenger and he is a Web Warrior, so he can be used in the Rogue event and inside of the Morgan Le Fay event. OG Spider-Man was a superstar inside of the Morgan Le Fay event, putting that defense down. It's kind of a big deal. I think this is the first character you get when you start the game, right? If you first start the game, this is the first character they introduce you with. 180 character shards for $10 and a Mega Orb is reasonable enough when it comes to Marvel Strike Force money. All right, and I think that'll do it for today. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be blog post. I am expecting them to announce the first Wednesday of the month farmable character. That's something they usually do the Friday before the Wednesday. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching and keep on giving.